busting my balls, Billy, okay?
I can already tell that I don't like you.
Fuck you, bust on my balls.
I ain't scared of you motherfuckers.
It might be your first ball job.
Yeah, of course.
How long did it take for the guy to come?
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Bustin' Balls. I'm your host, Eric Pennell. What's going on, everybody? How's life? You know, you gotta love the internet and social media, man, because I seen a video that just basically embodies my whole fucking family and how they talk to each other and how trashy they are. And it was just in a nutshell, this video I came across. I was like, man, this is us right here. This is definitely us.
I'll kill you, I'll soak your goddamn tongue.
You keep on.
Bitch, I'll kill you.
Fucking idiot.
I'll about kill you in about 2 seconds, bitch.
I'm gonna knock you out, Alan. I swear to God. You better be glad I ain't got a fucking gun, because I will shoot you right between the motherfucking
Goddamn,
eyes.
get the shooting then, bitch. Get your goddamn gun out, bitch, because I'm ready to die.
These motherfucking hillbillies. This lady, you could tell that these two, like, that's how they talk to each other, and it's totally normal. And then they go to fucking Walmart and pick up toilet paper, then get some fucking Arby's on the way home. And man, when I heard that shit, it sounded real familiar. I'm like, man, this really nails it right here. This really fucking.
Hold on. Leave me alone. I'll kill you, whore. I'll soak your goddamn tongue.
You keep on.
Bitch, I'll kill you.
Fucking idiot.
I'll about kill you in about 2 seconds, bitch.
I'm gonna knock you out, Alan. I swear to God. You better be glad I ain't got a fucking gun, because I will shoot you right between the motherfucking
Goddamn, get
eyes.
the shooting then, bitch. Get your goddamn gun out, bitch, because I'm ready to die.
Right? I mean, it's fucking, you know, but everybody's got like that version of somebody in there. You know, if you don't have that in your family, good for you. You know, I mean, because this is not bragging. It's just, you know what? Eventually in my life, I started calling it like I seen it, you know? Because so many people fucking hide what they got in their life and like their family and stuff, or maybe even who they are. I mean, of course, that's not breaking news that people hide who they are, you know. But, you know, honestly, dude, I honestly respect people like that probably even more that have it out in the open like that than a bunch of fake and phonies. Because how many fake and phony people out there that are cheating on their wife, cheating on their husband, they talk all polite, they go to places together and they act like they're like this, but really they want to talk like that, but they don't. And I get it where people go, yeah, but that's still better because it's more civil. Is it? Is it really more civil? I'm not saying these people ain't cheating on each other either. And you know, nobody's saying that they ain't cheating on each other at all either, man. And oh man, did you hear Trump drop the F-bomb? I think it's on Rush Limbaugh. And at first I'm like, is this not real? And it's recent. It's recent because I think the same interview, I see there's another video that comes up after this. The guy has, I think that's Rush Limbaugh. I never watched the Rush Limbaugh and I never seen a video of Rush Limbaugh, but I think that's Rush Limbaugh's voice. And man, Trump dropping the F-bomb.
And Iran knows that, and they've been put on notice. If you fuck around with us, if you do something bad to us, we are going to do things to you that have never been done before. And Iran knows that, and they've been put on notice. If you fuck around with us, if you do something bad to us, we are going to do things to you that have never been done before.
So now that's where we're at now. Now we're at now where. You know, and I get it. So people, this is probably one of the many things why people hate Trump is where he's not fit for the office, is what they say. You know, but you know what's so funny is like guys like this talk like this in public, and they go, "That's not presidential." Right, but then we've had presidents like Kennedy, fucking Marilyn Monroe, and all kinds of broads and shit like that. And then you had, fucking Clinton getting a blowjob, and I'm just naming the fucking Dems either. I mean, I'm sure all the presidents had their dirty little fucking thing, and just so they don't talk like that. And again, just like the hillbilly video, where how people talk like that and they go, "That's not good. It's probably better just to keep it behind closed doors." Is it really? What, you're deceiving the public of like this fake and phony? Because that's where it's at now. Like the world is so filled with so many fake and phonies. That's why people get canceled because they're hypocrites, acting like they don't do things like a lot of the people that get canceled or they try to get canceled. You know, and I get it, racism stuff. I get it if it's flat out true racism or flat out true homophobic. A lot of times it's not even that. I mean, if you look up like the Papa John's guy that got forced out of his own fucking company, and many conservatives that are on social media that got kicked off, or even some lefties that they were going through their old Twitters and stuff, and then they get canceled for some fucking reason, like Chris Hardwick or something, over an allegation. And but this is where the world's at now. They want a bunch of fake and phonies. They don't want real people. They don't want real dude. People talk like this, and honestly, saying dude, you know what? I honestly, Iran is it's ran by a bunch of tough guys. It seems, right? I mean, countries like North Korea, Iran. It doesn't really seem to work when you talk soft with them. And again, I understand how that sounds too, where it's like, well, you got to watch this rhetoric. You got to watch how you say that. You're going to get us in a war. We almost been in a war with fucking talking sweet and whispers in the air and kissing on their fucking earlobes. We almost get in wars with these guys. You're talking sweet with North Korea for fucking ever, and they're putting fucking missiles over in the goddamn over their sea over there, and Japan's over there shitting in their boots, and look where that got you. But then when you kind of tell them like, hey, don't fuck around with us. You want some, you're going to get some. And it sucks because if they want to get some, then we're going to have to fucking, my old ass is going to have to lace it up too and most likely fucking die. And but clearly everybody that you handle with, it's, and of course people go, well, you got to be diplomat. You've seen what Kennedy did with the Cuban Missile Crisis. So, you got to do things like that. You got to use your brain. We're playing chess right here. Yeah, well, some of these motherfuckers don't even play chess, or they don't even care to play chess, okay? They don't even care. I also seen that, what a coincidence.
NBA has decided, NBA commissioner, they're going to pull their Black Lives Matter messaging next year. No longer going to be on the uniforms, no longer going to be on the basketball court. They're no longer going to... And I wonder why that is, Mr. President.
Because their ratings have died.
Oh,
Nobody
I wouldn't have known.
I haven't watched a basketball game, and I helped them get open. I haven't watched a basketball game.
You tried to help them. You tried to help the NFL.
I tried to help the NFL, and then Roger, nice guy, Goodell, in his basement wearing a very tight blue T-shirt, and he's not meant for it. Nor am I, nor are you. It's just one of those things, at a certain age you put on a tie, right? But what happens is he brought it up again. I said to him, I thought I taught you a lesson 2 years ago about standing for the flag. Their ratings went down the tubes.
The NBA.
So now the NBA, after they've had, some of literally the worst viewership for NBA Finals ever. There's people that don't even know the NBA Finals is going right now because, first of all, they're not putting their eyes on it. But, of course, a lot of people didn't know how the whole thing when they came back and how they were just, I assume they went right into the playoffs when they came back, I guess, sort of. And how the NBA Finals is going right now, and nobody's watching it. And it's so funny, man. I'd post some stuff on TikTok and social media, and then there'd be people that would comment back saying, "Well, it's because the San Francisco and the Eagles game was on Game 2 of the NBA Finals, and that's why it was so low." Really, the Eagles and the San Francisco 49ers took a championship Game 2 away from the NBA that much? No. They're in denial, like they always are in denial. People that don't want to look the other way and see another side of people don't want to support that. When you're supporting Black Lives Matter, there's a large amount of people that support Black Lives Matter, and then there's a very large amount also that don't support it. And it's okay on both sides. But the people that don't support it, they're not going to put their eyes on it. They're not going to do it. I've already done podcasts on how the average NBA ticket is $96 and some cents. That if a family of four that goes to the NBA game practically spends $500. I mean, after you park your car, you get an Uber, you buy a drink or two and something, a little hot dog for the four of yous, you're spending over $500 on 4 tickets. All right, on average, in ticket fees. So for them to even try to drag politics into this shit. Honestly, I'm sure I've lost podcast people that tune into me and they hear me talk politics and they hear kind of like what I'm talking about and they jump out of here also. I mean, the downloads are going up. I mean, but I bet there's people that jump on here and they go, nope, this ain't my guy. I get it. I don't want to talk politics, but these guys have such bad ideas that I feel fucking like a dumb American not speaking up. You know, like they have horrible ideas, always spreading this hate of how white people are inherently racist because they're just born white. You know, stuff like that. You know, stuff like you know, cops are hunting us in neighborhoods. I don't want to talk about this shit. I'm a comedian. I rather much talk about fucking, you know, fucking dirty panties and fucking, you know, dick jokes. That's my steezy. But as an American, as a human, as an adult, it's irresponsible to not talk about this shit. You know, and that's why I say spread the word, speak up, man. Look, and if you're on the other side of things, speak up on that too. Because you know what? I'd much rather nobody get censored and just let ideas flow and to let people decide what's a good idea and what's not a good idea. Instead of these tech companies that are freaking, you know... Dude, not knocking people off platforms. How the fuck are tech companies blocking doctors that are having press conferences or doctors that are going on social media during COVID and actually saying, you know, what their experience is with this and what has worked well and what has not worked well, and they get censored and they get blocked and videos get taken down all over a tech company. All over a tech company. Can you believe, like, you know, and I get it. They're like, well, this is our platform. Yeah, but there seems some fucking shadiness in there. Doesn't everybody want to hear what doctors have, you know, and I get it. They're trying to say maybe that there's different levels of doctors, that there's dumb doctors, I guess, right? Radical doctors, right-leaning doctors, left-leaning doctors. They don't respect their opinion, but they're still a fucking doctor and they have experience, right? And for that to get taken off over tech companies. So that's the type of shit I don't want to talk about this stuff. You know, you got ladies like this fucking racist.
All white people are racist.
Yeah.
So
as this lady does this, and as a presentation, this lady's got like a fucking dry erase board. She's in a classroom of literally all white ladies, and maybe 2-3 black people, like literally.
All white people are racist. So
who would say that broad stroke? That's just stupid.
Any white person in the room to know up front that this is what we're dealing with, that it's not going to be this coddling of white tears.
Yeah.
And what that looks like, we're not going to discuss, oh, maybe some of us have worked it out. No, you're always going to be racist.
Always going to be racist.
So even when you're on your path to trying to figure out how to be a better human being,
even as you're on your way,
because I believe that white people are born into not being human.
And this lady just keeps
actually, instead of people fellas
not human,
folks being dehumanized, that actually everyone is dehumanized off rip within white supremacy. That y'all are born into a life to not be human, and that's what y'all are taught to do, to be demons.
Be demons.
In this particular way.
And this was like a viral video.
So I just want y'all to know that up front.
This lady, broad stroking a skin color. How stupid and ignorant is this lady? Here in Chicago, 80% of the people that are murdered in Chicago, and we have over almost 650 people that are murdered this year, 470 of them approximately are black. 80% of the people that are murdered in Chicago are black. But am I ignorant enough to say that that's a broad stroke of all black people? Absolutely not, because that's stupid, and that's the most ignorant, simple thinking ever, that all black people would be, with this behavior, and they're a part of that behavior. For this idiot to be able to jump in, and I'm so glad it got filmed, because again, that's why most people that have half a brain want people to not be silenced so they can come with their dumb ideas, and people could either say that's a good idea, or when you see shit like this and you can just go, that's a horrible idea.
So I put this up because I really want any white person in the room to know up front that this is what we're dealing with, that it's not going to be this coddling of white tears, and what that looks like, we're not going to discuss, oh, maybe some of us have worked it out. No, you're always going to be racist, actually. So even when you're on your path to trying to figure out how to be a better human being.
You know what's scary about this is that there's, 30, 40 that I can see in this room. Maybe less. I don't know. The camera just pans once. It's not like I see, more video views of this. But how nobody speaks up. That is what's very scary, is how people do that, and they don't. There's not one person in there that steps up and goes, "This is hate. This is hatred, and this is bullshit." And I'm out of here. I don't care what job I'm here for. That somebody's gonna, some racist fucking fat black chick is gonna fucking talk like this. Could you imagine if you broad stroke at like all, dude, skin color is and again, people listen to me, you know, I'm pretty confident that you know how dumb skin color is. You know, like other people pointed out, that's like you know, bringing up somebody's red hair or brown hair. Like that's so important. It's like, what are you talking about? They were born with red hair. Like they can do anything with that. You can, well, at least hair, you can dye it. It's like, shut the fuck up. Now I'm going down a dumb road with this idiot. But that's why people don't want people to be censored. It's like, look, come with your bad ideas, and then you know, we'll be able to sort them out. And because I get it, what the left and all the tech media and all the politicians and people that don't want to hear a good message, or you know, they clearly they don't take off the bad messages. How many times they take that off? Where's that at? I bet you can find that everywhere. But that message, I'm clearly pushing. You know, I'm getting that off social media. That ain't something that I just recorded. I'm on a social media site right now playing that, and it's on there. But that's a bad idea that can be out there. But doctors saying that, you know, I don't want to say the name because then my shit will get censored, saying certain drugs that work during this bullshit pandemic, you know, those guys get censored. That's how it is. You know, another guy that has bad ideas, this fucking guy. What happened to Keith Obermann? I don't know. You know, Keith Obermann used to be an ESPN guy. I don't know what happened to Keith Obermann. But again, this guy's on the TV. He has a show, clearly. I don't know. Is it MSNBC or something like that he's on? I don't think it's CNN. But, dude, this guy lost his goddamn mind. And when you talk like what this guy talks like, this was just like last night or a day before this recording. And, excuse me, I didn't bring no water down here, guys. So I apologize for clearing my throat so much. And This guy has a show. This guy has a fucking tie on. He has a show. There's commercial breaks and shit like that. And this guy is literally talking like this on the news. And again, just like that fucking fat black chick that's spewing hate like that. What do you think this guy saying shit like this?
Expunged. The hate he has triggered, the Pandora's box he has opened, they will not be so easily destroyed. So, let us brace ourselves. The task is twofold. The terrorist Trump must be defeated, must be destroyed, must be devoured at the ballot box. And then he and his enablers and his supporters. And his collaborators and the Mike Lees and the William Barrs and the Sean Hannitys and the Mike Pences and the Rudy Giulianis and the Kyle Rittenhouses and the Amy Coney Barretts must be prosecuted and convicted and removed from our society while we try to rebuild it and to rebuild the world Trump has nearly destroyed by...
Dude. What the fuck? Sorry about the music that's behind it. That's just off the social media video. But what the fuck is he talking about? Amy Coney Barrett or whatever, the Supreme Court nominee? What the fuck has she done? What the fuck has Mike Pence done? He's a vice president. But see how these guys talk. This is very dangerous talk. This is very riling up Civil War type talk. This is see how they demonize people? And when you do that, look, I fucking hate doing this because I need more examples, but you know, because it's overused way too much. But this is a very move that like Nazis did with Jews, where you almost, you know, they talk down on them like they're vermin, and then cut to like they're putting them on trains and fucking, you know, putting them in ovens and shit, you know, weeks and months and years later. It's a move that they do. And what's so scary about it is that, again, just like that fucking fat black chick that's in that room saying how white people are not human and they're the devils, nobody speaks up against this. Yeah, I mean, how many lefties that watch this just go, hey, I'm fucking done watching this guy. Like, I'm done watching this. Because this stuff is true hate, man. You know, I remember in this country where a president would get elected and you would gripe about it. You know how many people out there didn't want Obama to get in there? And I voted for Obama the first time. I didn't vote for him the second time. I was very proud. I voted for Obama and I ran out and I got a fucking newspaper that I still have that I was like, oh, I'm going to frame this. And I might still frame it. He's the first black president. And, you know, I remember the country's emotions. And then, you know, it just felt like you got a little bit of the same shit and a little bit different. You know, but, you know, meaning different, like stuff that I didn't like. I don't like him dropping off pallets of fucking fucking millions and millions and what was that, $1 billion? How much was that he dropped off on a fucking pallet in a night? I mean, shit like that, Obamacare. Nobody wanted that shit, man. They're forcing you to do that. And if you didn't get it, they were going to fucking penalize you through taxes. It's like, fuck you, man. I didn't like that, but I voted for the guy the first time, didn't vote for him the second time, wasn't impressed. It had nothing to do with skin color or racism. It just was not my guy. I voted for Bill Clinton the first time I ever fucking voted too. So it's not like I don't vote for fucking Democrats when I see like, hey, I believe in this. But where the fuck are the Democrats that are speaking up? I mean, maybe they'll vote for Trump this time. Maybe they'll vote for an independent or whatever like that. Maybe they won't support that. But dude, this is poisonous thinking. That you're talking down and saying words like Hillary said, like deplorables, and calling everybody a Nazi that didn't vote for their people. I remember when, not to even go back on old fucking news, but I remember when Hillary and that fucking little bitch boy that was running for fucking vice president with Hillary last time around in 2016. And then as soon as Trump gets in there, you have people like Van Jones, which was like a, African-American, a black commentator that's on CNN saying it was a white lash. I mean, they started with the racism shit right out of the gates. It was like the playbook. It was like they can't ever like not wait to play this like racism playbook that they always go to. Right? It was a white lash against America. How was it a white lash when two white guys that were Republicans beat a white woman and a white guy that were Democrats? How is that a white lash? They didn't vote for the other two white people. But people are so dumb that they go with that white lash. And that white lash shit, that's poisonous stuff too. It's just like the George Floyd thing. It was a cop killing a fucking, they're even saying now the fentanyl killed George Floyd, but nobody wants to hear that because this guy had his fucking knee on his neck. But anybody can see that video where he got fucking fentanyl in his goddamn mouth or whatever those pills are. They said he had a ton of fentanyl in his system, and that's what fucking croaked him. But nobody wants to hear that. But it's just like when George Floyd first died. Instead of it was a bad cop that possibly killed this guy, that it instantly went to racism. They can't wait to just go to like racism. Dude, we're never going to get over this hump if every time somebody with a white skin color has an interaction with somebody else and it goes negative, that it instantly just doesn't go to race. Where it's just like, that's the day. That's the day when we're all winning, where it's just like, it's just a human on human thing. But, we can't get to that because we can't get over the simple thing of skin color and also that, white people are the devils. And, and again, I don't like talking about this shit. I don't like it. I don't like talking about this. I just want to do dick jokes. I don't want to do this type of stuff. It's not my fucking thing. It's not it at all. I mean, it's just not it, dude. I'd rather not,
People get tired of hearing me say it, but we are scared as black people in America. Black men, black women, black kids, we are terrified. Because you don't know. You have no idea. You have no idea.
Yeah, they're terrified. See this message right here? Again, it's just spreading victimhood bullshit. Like I said, here in Chicago, we got fucking three neighborhoods that have over 50 murders in them, almost 60 murders in each of those neighborhoods. 3 of them. We probably have 6 or 7 neighborhoods that have over 20 murders in them. And like I've said it for podcast after podcast, this guy's spreading this stupid message that black people are scared of the police, which I'm not saying they're not scared of the police. But when you have 50 murders in your neighborhood, you think that's the number one thing that you're scared of is the police? Give me a break. It's a fucking lie, man. And people just roll with it like it's nothing. They just roll with it like it's just, it's the gospel. And I get it. To some people, it is the gospel, and that's sad. That's sad, And what also sad is how, a fucking guy like me is a comedian, is in a basement doing a podcast talking about how we have 50 murders in 3 of our Chicago neighborhoods. And they're not even that big of neighborhoods. It's not like it takes up a whole side of town, And you don't hear anybody talking that. Every time on social media, somebody tries to post some shit and I go, I pop the murder stats on them. They don't want to hear it. They don't ever want to hear it. Instantly, they call you a racist. It's like, wow, I'm a racist because I'm showing you the facts of really what's going on. That's like me saying, yeah, A fucking cheeseburger has 400 calories in it, and I post the calories, and people go, what a fucking asshole. This guy fucking just said this cheeseburger I ate had 450 calories. What a fucking dick. Facts, motherfucker, facts. Anyways, guys, thank you for listening to this podcast, man. Again, I would like to get back to comedy someday. You know, I'm getting the itch right now. I think I'm going to start doing stand-up soon. You know what? I got a baby on the way, and I'm just really afraid to go out and do stand-up and get COVID. And then when my son comes, my wife gives birth, that I won't be allowed into the actual delivery room, and that would be a fucking big loss in my life. So that's why I haven't really, but I'm getting the itch for stand-up really bad. I'm starting to see some of my buddies out there doing stand-up. Although the fucking crowds, they're not there. Nobody, it's just really it seems like people are just doing stand-up. The stand-ups are doing stand-up just for the stand-ups. It doesn't look like too many people are hanging, and I know they get some crowds out. I know people go, man, that's not true. This place had this place. And you know what, dude? I got a couple buddies doing park shows. And then I always think like, oh yeah, I'm going to do a park show maybe. Maybe I'll do a park show. And then I'll see video or pictures of the park show and I go, nah, I don't think so. I don't think that's my style. I don't need that. You know what I'm saying? Plus, you know what? You say something inappropriate out there, next thing you know, you got some fucking Karen bitch with a fucking, a fucking cockapoodle on her arm and her fucking white knight boyfriend like fucking jawing at you. And because nobody wants like inappropriate comedy. They just want it to all be Trevor Noah, real safe fucking dumb shit, real Trevor Noah. Like, god damn, it's a fucking shame that's where it's at, right? Where Trevor Noah is like the guy, like that guy has a show, Trevor Noah. Has anybody ever? And I know some people might go like, oh no, Trevor Noah used to be really funny. All right, maybe doesn't seem very funny. Doesn't seem very, he's saying easy shit. I mean, every time they do a commercial break and they, where you see like those commercials, The Daily Show, it's like open micer shit jokes. I mean, I'm being dead serious. It's like, dude, I know fucking 35 open micers here that are fucking saying funnier shit than that if they had to do like a fucking commercial for their fucking show. Anyways, guys. Bustin' Balls Podcast on Instagram, Bustin' Balls Podcast on Twitter, Bustin' Balls Podcast on TikTok, Eric Pennell Comedy on Instagram, Eric Pennell on Facebook, I guess. I ain't really on it. I'm on Facebook, just talk to a few people that I talk to, and that's about it. And guys, please share the podcast. If you like the podcast, share it. If you don't like the podcast, you can fucking kick rocks. We don't need to fucking, you don't need to hear me. I don't need to hear you. It's all good, man. Go do your fucking, go do your fun fucking thing. Go listen to the podcast that you think's fucking cool. Some chick and some fucking douchebag liberal, I'm sure, and telling you everything you want to fucking hear. I don't give a fuck, and I try to do man shit. You know what I'm saying? OW20 is my squirt. It's still my squirt, and it's always gonna be my squirt. And